What's going on, everybody? Real Estate Randy here, and today I'm going to be reacting to a video of TikTok compilations of fat phobia. Okay, I'm quite interested to see exactly what this is going to entail. Yeah, so let's get into it. This is Midlife Crisis React. All right, guys, so without further ado, let's go ahead and get straight to the video and check this out.
You're wrong. I think it's time for another adult pre-K lesson. What do you think? All right, turn your listening ears on. Catch.
Just real quick, it says, or, this is what the quote said if y'all can't see it, or he isn't attracted to bigger girls like how some people aren't attracted to smaller girls. Everyone is entitled to their own preferences. So.
Catch a bubble in your mouth. Good job. Okay, here's the thing.
Condescending as fuck.
Having a preference is something like, I'm looking for a partner who likes kayaking, or wakes up early in the morning, or loves pizza. But when your preferences exclude an entire group of marginalized people, that's problematic. Okay, that's not nice. That's not a preference. If you lump all fat people in one group together as though they are not very different individuals, that's fat phobic. Just like lumping all black people in one group and saying, I don't like black people is racist. And lumping all disabled people in one group and saying, I don't think people in wheelchairs are hot is ableist. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Okay, so much to dissect there. First and foremost, this bitch is condescending as fuck, ain't she? This is so wild. I don't like when people try to categorize themselves as marginalized and compare them to black folks and disabled bodied folks. Like, come on, man. It's not the same. First and foremost, she said that it's fat phobic that you won't date somebody who's big. It's okay for you to not want to date somebody who's not into kayaking because you love kayaking and not into pizza and you love pizza. Well, shit, I love people who eat healthy. Is that not the same fucking thing? Like, how is it fat phobic? How is it fat phobic to not want to date somebody who's fat? I mean, let's just look up the definition of fat phobia real quick, okay? So it says, what is fat phobia? It's a weight bias, sometimes also called fat phobia or weight stigma. Described the negative attitudes and stereotypes surrounding and attached to larger bodies. Further, fat phobia is an abnormal and irrational fear of being fat or being around fat people. See, that's what I was thinking. Like, I'm not scared of fat people. Shit, I mean, if you go to my other YouTube channel, the Below Average Hoopers, my boy right next to me kind of fat. That's my homie. I ain't scared of fat people. I don't want to date a fat person. It doesn't make me fat phobic. This is ridiculous. I mean, she's comparing it to people that don't have a choice. I ain't choose to be black. People who have handicap didn't choose to be handicapped or disabled. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. You choose to be fat. 9 times out of 10, I understand there might be some diseases and health issues that may cause you to gain a little weight and be a little bit bigger. But you choose to be fat. You go to any of these other countries where they don't believe in gluttony or they don't have access to gluttony, those motherfuckers ain't fat. I mean, come on, man. It's a choice. So to sit there and say that that's not the same, or to sit there and say that that's the same as fucking discriminating against black people and disabled people is fucking ridiculous. And that's a stupid fucking argument. And I couldn't stand how condescending this bitch was. She was condescending as fuck. Like, who is she anyway? You know, this coming from a guy who just started a YouTube channel, so she's obviously more popping than I am, apparently. But who is she to sit there and be that condescending to people? All right, let's check out the next video.
I have a TikTok going viral about the fact that there's a shit ton of fat phobia within the queer community, as if a fat femme like me wouldn't know what it's like to experience that. But there's a handful of comments of people going, it's just a preference, stop playing a victim. I'm not playing a victim whenever I'm quite literally calling out the fact that you are fat phobic. No one's playing a victim whenever you're calling out racism. No one's playing a victim whenever you're calling out homophobia. No one's playing a victim whenever they're calling out transphobia. And for the people who keep saying it's a preference, I need you to put your critical thinking caps on. Where did those preferences come from? I'll give you a minute. Have you Google? It's free. Takes like 3 clicks. I'm gonna go ahead and say systemic oppression and the beauty standards, Western beauty standards, specifically being rooted in white, skinny, cis, able bodies. Maybe let's unpack that instead of just being like, it's just a preference. It makes me uncomfortable for you to call me out on my fat phobia. Because I might be a bad person. You know what makes you a bad person? Denying that it fucking exists and not willing to put in the fucking work to unpack your bullshit. I said what I said.
Okay. It looks like this was going to be a theme of this motherfucking compilation, is that they're going to be like, oh, if you don't like it, then you're fat phobic or whatever. If you won't date it, you're fat phobic. This is so ridiculously crazy to me. And once again, they compared racism, calling out racism and shit. Like, okay, first of all, there's a complete difference when you're seeing somebody being racist towards a different culture, ethnicity. It's completely different than being like, hey, I just don't date fat people. I wouldn't call a white person who told me I don't date black people racist. I wouldn't call that racist. That's not racist. You know what I mean? Like, to sit there and try to equate that as the same thing. Now, if you're beating up, you're just going down the street and you're just beating up every black person you see, or every LGBTQ, all the other vowels and acronyms, you beating them up as you going down the street. That right there, yes, that'd be racist and homophobic and stuff like that. But no one's going around just beating up fat people because you're fat. Like, that's not a thing. So don't be sitting there saying it's fat phobic. We just looked at the damn definition. The definition of fat phobic is basically the fear of it. And what was it? Talking in a negative attitudes and stereotypes surrounding fat people. Me saying I wouldn't date a fat girl is not a negative stereotype. It's not a negative statement. It's just saying I wouldn't date a fat girl. Like, this is crazy that this is the shit that that we're talking about right now. And like, they're trying to make this like something, like you're supposed to feel bad. And they talking about where did this come from? Fucking biology. That's where the fuck it came from. It came from biology. Like, what do you mean? Why do I like fat people? Because physically, from my view, when I'm looking at a fat person, I don't find them sexually stimulating. You cannot control. I don't care what anybody says. You cannot control what you are attracted to. That is ingrained in you. That's why you see a lot of people talk about, oh, I like this in a person, this in a person, this in a person. Oh, my God, I love them when they're so nice and they're this and that. And then girls keep going around fuck boys and bad boys and guys who are on the edge. Because you can't really control who you're aroused by. You can say what you find attractive, but your body's going to tell you what you're really aroused by. And most people's bodies says they're not aroused by fat people. Ain't nothing wrong with that. It's cool. Like, don't get mad that people aren't aroused. But I mean, there's people out there. There is people out there for you that will be aroused by you. So enjoy their company. Why does everybody gotta like fat people? Why do everybody got like fat people? I don't understand it. It makes no sense to me. But let's get to the next video.
Guys who are super athletic gym buffs.
Yeah.
I don't want to swipe on them because if all they care about is working out, and this is like me being very judgy.
Yeah.
Are you gonna be down to eat a cheeseburger at 2 a.m.?
I will say that, like, I did date a guy who was really into health, and eating together was weird. Because, you know, he'd be like, I'm in training.
He was eating greens.
It was always seafood, it was always a green, and it was always rice. It's like, this has no flavor, it doesn't even have butter in it.
Yeah.
This is horrible. And it would be like greens with no vinaigrette even. You're like, I am choking on this. You can't just eat a dry arugula.
You want the guy who's gonna, like, after you hook up, like, is down to go eat a snack in the kitchen while you're naked.
If he's not making you grilled cheese, who is he?
He's not worth it.
He's not invited
No.
back to this bed.
No.
I'll tell you that much.
He can walk right outside.
Exactly.
Hopefully it's in the winter so he freezes.
Bye, bitch.
Uh-oh. These bitches is fit phobic. These bitches is fit phobic. We got to start this fucking trend. Fit phobic. Hashtag fit phobic. They are fit phobic. They refuse to date somebody who is in shape. Like, how dare they? Huh? What? How dare you? Are you crazy? You can't discriminate against somebody because of their body. You can't have a preference against somebody because of their body and eating habits. You can't do that. That's fucked up. What are you doing? That's crazy. What? Come on, man. Hypocritical shit, just like always when it comes to these woke mom motherfuckers, right? Like, fat phobia is because I don't want to date you. I'm fat phobic, but then you don't want to date somebody who's in shape. Maybe there's a dude. I know a lot of dudes, matter of fact, that are in shape that do like girls who are not in great shape. It's odd to me, but I do. I know a lot of dudes. I don't know if it has to do with. I have no idea what it has to do with self-confidence. I don't fucking know, but I know a lot of dudes. But you won't date them because they fit and their eating habits are against what you like, right? But that's fit phobia. So let's not do that because we here at Midlife Crisis Reacts, we don't prescribe to any shaming, okay? Any fucking shaming. So let's not do that, all right? Yeah, I mean, that's really it with that video. It's just another thing. Maybe it's not that you're fat, they don't like you. Maybe it could be that you being fat demonstrates that you have self-control issues. Not saying that's everybody. Calm the fuck down. But it's the majority of you motherfuckers. It's a self-control issue. I suffer from it too. I'm not going to sit here and act like I don't fucking sit here and it be late at night and I be like, man, you know, fuck, I'm going to have me a big-ass bowl of ice cream. I suffer from it too. But I'm active. So I stay in decent shape, okay? But maybe they're unattracted to the fact that looking at you tells them that you have control issues. You have no self-control. Maybe that's what the fuck it is. Who knew? Let's check out the next video.
As the strong, independent woman that I am, who knows my worth, knows how I should and deserve to be treated,
Yes,
and how I
queen.
don't take shit from anyone, this results in me having a very hard time dating.
Yes, queen. You know your worth. Independent woman, boss babe. Get 'em. Let's go.
Mind you, I love standing up for myself. I love setting boundaries because half the time people don't like them.
Boundaries are great. Every relationship should have boundaries. Especially men. You should have boundaries. But most of these men are fucking pitiful. Like, let's just be honest. Y'all just happy that somebody's giving y'all pussy. So you ain't got no boundaries. You let everything go. But every man should have boundaries. And every woman should have boundaries. And those things should be discussed at the beginning of building a relationship. And y'all should go from there. And be like, hey, can I deal with your fucking boundaries or not? If not, then don't fuck with that person. Right? Everybody should have boundaries. I think boundaries are super important when it comes to relationships. I mean, But let's be honest, man. Most of these motherfucking dudes out here ain't got no goddamn boundaries. They with they niggas. They like, hey man, I ain't no hell no. My girl can't go out in these streets like that. She can't be dressed like no hoe, and if I'm not there. And then they be seeing pictures of his girl on the Instagram with her titties all out and shit, out by herself. That nigga's at home watching the kids and shit. Like, everybody should have boundaries, but let's just be honest. Most motherfuckers don't. Most men don't. Most men don't. Women have boundaries. A lot of women have boundaries, but most men don't have boundaries.
A part of me enjoys that because it means I'm doing something right. But it's still frustrating nonetheless. So here's the story. Matched with this guy on Bumble. Talked for about 2 weeks. Week and a half maybe. On Wednesday, we made plans to hang out for Sunday, which was yesterday. We were talking the night before. We confirmed we'd hang out in the evening. We talked the morning of. Let's preface that he wanted to hang out with me. I was fine with that. But because he asked me to hang out, that means that he needs to initiate the day of type of thing, you know? And he didn't. It was like 2:30 and he still did not say anything about hanging out that evening.
First of all, I love how she keeps zooming the camera and shit. Like, that's quality motherfucking suspenseful work. 2, man, like, I don't like this shit with I do think that men should be assertive. 100%. Men should be fucking assertive. You know, 1, I think is bad to fucking set a date 4 days in advance. Like, I think a lot of times that leaves, for the most situation, that leaves opportunities for people to flake. This is a little bit different situation, but here's the thing, man. Why do women keep saying, "Oh, well," their biggest thing is they'll be like, "Well, he asked me out, so he should do this, he should do that." And I do believe that a man should take control and he should be on top of that shit. But at the same time, y'all bitches ain't asking nobody out. Like, y'all keep saying this shit like, oh, if I asked him out, I would be sitting there like, hey, so we're still good for today. Da-da-da-da. Like, that's easy to say when you know you would never do it. That's like me being like, if I would give birth, this is what I would do. I wouldn't scream. Give me a fucking wooden spoon in my mouth and I'm going to grip that bitch. I don't need no motherfucking medication. None of that shit. I'm about to fucking give birth like a G. That'd be like me saying that shit. All you girls will be like, motherfucker, you ain't giving birth. You're not going to give birth anytime. Like, shut the fuck up, right? That's how I feel about when they make statements like, well, he asked me out, so he should be following up with me, which I do believe that he should. But if you're really trying to go out with this dude, and this is the bullshit games that people play, like, if you're really trying to fucking hang out with this guy, then why can't you hit him up and be like, hey, I just wanted to confirm that we're still good for the night. You know, you got shit to do to get ready. So, if he's not hitting you up, hit him up just one time. Just one time. Just see. Maybe just like y'all play games, nigga play games too. Maybe he's trying to see how interested you are. Or maybe he had a better option come up. Either way, but still, like, just to sit there and just pawn it off all to the man. Oh, he set the date. Yeah, because only dudes 99% of the time gonna set the date. So to sit there and like, well, if you're gonna set it, then you need to do all the follow-ups. I mean, come on. If you really like the person, this is when I feel like women try to find reasons to be upset. They try to find reasons to be mad. Something that you could have communicated to not even get to that point. You could have done it, but your pride is too much. Nah, motherfucker, you gotta come to me. Like, come on, man. Like, let's get back to it.
Now, with that said, that means that I'm not going to sit around all day waiting for a guy to say, hey. So I did other shit. I was sanding some of my jewelry that I'm making right now, and I was watching some TV with my mom. So when he asked me, what's up? I said, oh, I'm sanding some jewelry and watching TV. He's like, oh, cool. I was like, how about you? He's like, not much. I'm like, okay, cool. So then it's like 7, 8-ish, and I send him this lovely message of me setting my boundaries, not being rude at all, but letting him know that the way he was treating the whole situation I did not approve of. So I said, I thought we were hanging out today, LOL. So he didn't answer that, so I said this. I'm not one to wait around all day for a guy, so I'm no longer available to hang out tonight as you never clarified or confirmed anything yet. And now here's where I state my boundary.
Oh, shit. Hey, She's a fucking dude in this situation for real, for real. I'm not one to wait around all day on a guy, so I'm no longer available to him. That's like a dude who be like, yo, girl, you fine as hell. And she don't respond and be like, fuck you, bitch, you ugly anyway. Like, you got rejected. She trying to make it like, she trying to make it seem like she rejected that motherfucker. This is some, hey, you done role reverse right now. You done did what these dudes be doing in all these girls' DMs, man. That's what you just did right now. I don't know if you noticed it. I don't know if y'all noticed that shit, but she playing the man role right now. And there's a lot of you motherfucking corny ass niggas that's doing that shit in these girls' motherfucking messages. Cut that shit out, man. If she don't respond, don't fucking hit her up again. Leave that shit alone. Hit her one time. She don't respond, keep it moving.
If there's a next time, I'm going to need things to be a little bit more concrete. Example, a guaranteed time, not just a general time frame because my time is valuable and I don't appreciate it being wasted. Because essentially you did waste my time. I'm not mad, just stating my boundaries, so if you can respect them.
Technically, her time was not wasted because of the fact that she did, like, do other shit, right? So I'm just saying, like, you utilize that time. Now, if you did your hair, makeup, and was just sitting there, like, when is this motherfucker gonna hit me up? Then he wasted your time. But you still got shit done, so he didn't waste your time. But okay.
Them, then cool, and if not, then oh well for you. So I sent that last night. I wake up, he read it, but didn't say anything. So I type, nothing? Not even 2 minutes later, he deletes me. Aww. Poor little boy child who doesn't know how to handle an independent woman who knows her worth. And because I'm a petty motherfucker, I messaged this on Bumble. I don't get it. You wanted to hang out with me. We chatted well and we had plans. We didn't end up hanging out because you didn't initiate the plans that we had. So I set a boundary because I know my worth, and then you blocked me? Make it make sense. Make it make sense, buddy. But seriously, make it make sense. And he has since unmatched me. Ladies, know your worth. Stand up for yourself. It's okay.
Okay. There's so much wrong with this clip right now. All the ladies, reverse this shit. Make her the man in this situation. And handle it the same way that she handled this shit. Do you think that this man left that conversation feeling like, yeah, I showed you, bitch. I showed that bitch. Or is this motherfucker butthurt because he got flaked on? This is the complete opposite of this sexy boss babe, independent woman, confident as fuck type of response. This shit right here smells like desperation to me. Smells like you been hurt, girl. Your fucking feelings was hurt like a motherfucker. Come on now. You know your feelings was hurt. You don't make... If a dude made this video, we'd be laughing at this guy. We'd be making so much fun of this guy. This is the lamest fucking shit. You got burnt, nigga. She don't want to fuck with you. That's what we be saying to him. But here, I guarantee her comments. I guarantee her comments like, you go, girl. You showed him. You da-da-da-ba. Ba-ba-ba-ba. Bullshit. You just got the experience of 70 to 80% of most dudes. This is the experience that, matter of fact, fuck that. 100% of dudes get this type of experience depending on the level of female that they trying to holler at, right? You know, there's some women they gonna be all over the dude, but there's other women that's gonna be like, nah, fuck that guy, right? So I think all men have experienced this shit. Flaked on. It happens all the time. And here's the thing. She got treated like a female. She got treated like a dude this time, right? Because she made a point to say, my time is valuable. She made a point to say, my time is valuable, right? Which the person who flaked on her didn't feel like he gave a fuck about her time. Well, guess what? That's what happens in the dating game. A lot of dudes get flaked on by females. They don't even have no explanation, no nothing. Because women don't think men time is valuable. She just got to experience what it's like to be a man in a dating fucking scene. And you get a whole fucking video. And I guarantee that they was loving this shit. I mean, when this shit came up, there's 472 likes on this shit. If a dude fucking posted this shit, there'd be no likes. There'll be a shit ton of comments talking shit, but there'll be no likes. This is wild to me. Look, man, at the end of the day, you like what you like. Just because you don't like something doesn't make you phobia against them. Don't make you have phobia against them. Doesn't make you, I don't know what you would call that, an oppressor or whatever. Like, no. Now, if they're going around just beating up fat people, like, how can you be fat phobic if, hold on, this is kind of fucked up. America's fat. Let's just be honest. America, we are fat by statistical reference compared to other nations. We are fat. How can I be fat phobic? How can you be fat phobic? How can anybody be fat phobic when there's so many fucking fat people just walking around? How? Because phobia is fear of. If all these people were fat phobic, these motherfuckers would move. There's so many countries that you don't see fat people on a regular basis. They're not fat phobic. They just don't want to fuck a fat person. There's nothing wrong with that. Because, like, how many women will not date motherfuckers because they're short? They have it. I'm going to look this shit up real quick. I'll probably edit this shit so that way it don't take as long. All right. Like, let's just say this is from Bumble, all right? A former Bumble product manager says that majority of women on the platform tend to set the floor of 6 feet for men, which would limit their candidate pool to about 15% of the population. Hello? What? So are you short phobic? Women set their fucking standards of dudes' body types, and we don't call that phobia. We don't call that shit no phobia. That's their preference. But men can't have a preference of fat girls? That's wild to me. That is so crazy. And here's the thing. The majority of things that have a preference is like hard to control or can't control that women have. Like making money. It's hard to make money. It's fucking hard. That's why the top 15% of people only make over $100,000, right? I believe that's a stat, something like that, 15%. So it's hard to make money. That's a preference that women have. They want 6-figure niggas, right? It's hard. 6 feet tall. I can't control that. I'm 5'11", maybe. I used to be, but I'm damn near 40, so I might not be anymore. But I'm 5'11". I can't control that I'm not 6 feet. And honestly, you don't even fucking know that you can't look at me and tell the difference. Right? Can't control that shit. But the one thing that you can control, and I'm not saying it's fucking easy, but it's not as hard as making money at all, is your fucking weight. Unless you're part of that 3% of the population who have an actual fucking medical condition that makes it damn near impossible for you to lose weight. Unless you're part of that population, it's way more easier for you to control your fucking weight. That doesn't make you fat phobic if a motherfucker don't want to date you because you're fat. This is crazy. We're living in fucking crazy land. And like I said, man, like I've told y'all before, I lean more liberal. But this woke, fucking super woke shit fucks me up, man. But that's going to be it for today for this reaction. I hope you enjoyed the video. If there's any type of video that y'all actually want me to react to, that you specifically want me to react to, just let a brother know. So please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. I hope y'all have a great day. And please don't do nothing stupid until my next video.